stress and anxiety with Breathwork, with Breath Messiah. So when you come in, I want you to take off anything that's restrictive, any jewelry, any watches, any necklaces. Get in a good area where you have some space, and let's get going. Breath Messiah. We're going to be doing breath work here on Tuesdays. Looking forward to it. It's going to be, and give me a bunch of likes and hit that button down there. Send it to a bunch of people. I don't think it's notifying people because of the class right before. Hello, Debbie Griffiths. Hello, Isaiah.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing fantastic.
What's what's the latest news or thing that we need to be aware of?
I think today's a take action day. I act, I am. Today's a day where people are a little bit anxious, a little bit angry, and maybe moving a little bit too quick. And I also think that people today, you can feel it. There's an energy that either they're really charged or really tired. I've been really tired. I actually took a nap before the live today.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like it's like you can perceive opportunities or things that might be coming, but you need to still be like patient and present in that to not get too excited that now you're like, it's like stay in the moment. That's how I feel. It's like
Yeah,
let it
yeah, it's
come to
really important
you.
to be able to stay in the
Yeah,
moment right now. That's for sure.
yeah. So
Lisa's, how's my light on there? Just checking.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, does it need to be softer? Sorry, go. Sorry, just checking, right?
no, you're good.
So what have you been feeling this last week? I mean, this last week it's been tumultuous to say the least. Lots of health issues.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been breaking up some old patterns. So I've had some old patterns about in my life about grief on my feminine side, grief about my emotions, not listening to my emotions, grief around my mother, and so that opening up inside my lungs has had mucus coming out. Like I've been coughing like I'm sick all week long, almost
yeah,
like literally.
yeah. For me, it's been like self confidence. Like I believe I can. Like it's been really like give myself permission to take the steps or even plan the things that are a dream. But now it's like it's possible.
Yeah,
So for
super.
me, it's a lot of solar plexus, a lot of like just like getting rid of like who I thought I was. And I remember you always talking about like the biggest thing is rewriting your story. And a lot of people like change and heal, but they don't change the story and the perception. So I'm just more aware of the unconscious story that I've told myself about my life, about my experiences, and just like actively rewriting that.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're going through today because over the last couple months we've been shedding the old story and then moving out of the old patterns. And this week is literally blast off week. We've got the new moon coming in this week. It's tomorrow, I believe. And then Thursday, it's like just like a rocket ship. We're just blasting off into this new reality. And I could feel it. Lots of weird, coincidental kind of events that were happening last week.
Yeah.
People meeting up, phone calls from people, just things where you go, whoa, how did that happen?
Yeah. And going off of that, it's like a lot of people from the past who knew you in a certain way are reaching back out, saying, "Hey, I want to connect. Hey, I want to,"
Yeah,
So that was something that kept happening. I was non-reactive, but I was just like in observation of
yeah,
the person I used to be or the person that I was perceived as by these people. So
yeah, for sure. It's a look at the old way I used to be. Like I've had people around me, and I'm going, I used to be like that. That's how I used to act. That's how I used to, show up, and it's been really, really eye opening.
yeah, that's awesome.
So I've been feeling today a slight little bit of a headache, a little bit
Okay.
tired, That's what I've been feeling today. And I'm assuming if you're out there watching this, can you put in the comments how you're feeling today? What's your current state? And let's see what people are saying. Like, are you tired? Are you excited? Are you happy? Do you got lots of energy? No energy? Do you feel twisted and discombobulated? But put that in the comments here. Let's see where people are at. I'm kind of curious myself.
Yeah.
Puffy eyes, tired. Uh, let's see. I can hear. Let's see. Tired. Well, I think we got a theme here. Tired.
See,
Sleeping tired, slightly angry, feeling tired, unmotivated. Okay, this is that liver energy coming out. Ah, super tired. Look at this. Yeah, I slept well too.
oh, interesting.
There's Cynthia, tired. Fired up today, feeling nostalgic. So the fired up one's feeling nostalgic. Indigestion. Open feeling me. Detoxing, lots of phlegm and headaches, anxiety. Yeah, so you got it. People are on a little bit of an interesting one today. So angry. So we can help them with some breath work today, right?
Cool. Oh, yeah, we can. So, because basically, one thing that I did the other day when I was super tired, I was super sore, I was like, I do not want to go through the day. I literally, this is when I realized how profound and powerful our words are. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to give ourselves a hug, and then we're going to just tell ourselves today is going to be a great day. I don't know what today is going to bring, but today is going to be a great day.
Today's going to be a great day. I don't know what today's going to bring, but today's going to be a great day.
And now we're going to
feel
take 3
energized and motivated.
And now we're going to take 3 inhales through our nose, then 3 exhales out through our mouth, and just feel that great day coming into existence. One more. And do a little twist each side. Tell yourself again, today's going to be a great day.
Today's going to be a great day. I'm shaking off all the old, bringing in the new. I actually feel it. I feel stuff shaking off of me. I know this stuff. I do it all the time. I definitely live it and teach it, but every once in a while, I feel a lot better already.
I know. Me too.
Ooh, and the other power is doing it together, doing it as a community. So if you're feeling a difference from doing that, can you please put it in the comments?
All right, so the last one we're going to do before we get into breathing is imagine you just climbed to the top of the mountain. You just conquered something, or you feel exhilarated by doing something you've never done. So you're just going to stand up like you're cheering for yourself, and then now every time that you go up, just imagine great day. So you're literally imprinting ourselves with this great day, cheer for yourself.
Okay. All right. I got it.
3 times. Just inhale nice and big. Exhale, blow it up tall. And just shake it out, walk it out a little bit.
Wow. Feeling more energy there. I think other people are feeling it too. I'm getting more energy, big shift. Yes, feeling it. Love this.
All right, cool.
Kids would like that. What do you mean kids would like that? I is a kid.
We are kids.
I is a
living
kid.
Children. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody just that's the one thing I keep telling people. We're just kids. We just have adult bodies. And so when we try to treat ourselves like adults, it doesn't work. We treat ourselves like kids in adult bodies. Things seem to make sense.
And off of that, would you say that kids are, because they operate more from imagination than from, um, programmed experience, that's what makes a kid, you know, like unprogrammed in a way? Like, is that?
Yeah, so they come into the world for that, like actually technically for the first 5 years, their brain is basically in a gamma state. They just see connections in the world. They don't see the structure of the world. And for the first 10 years, what they're doing is they're basically in a dreamlike state, getting less and less as you get towards 10 years old. That's actually the mechanics of the brain. And what we're doing by breath work and fascial maneuvers is that we're taking us back into those states. Like the one thing I have felt, I was talking to Jason last night. I feel disconnected, not in a bad way, not disassociated, but I feel disconnected from the drama of the world around me. Like I can see people in the world around me. I can see the drama that they're having in the stories. And every once in a while, I get involved in the story because I'm working with them or it. But I don't feel connected to that part of the world anymore at all. Like, I mean, do
Yeah.
not feel connected.
And what would you say in that process? Because obviously at one point you were, you know what I mean, affected and probably empathetic to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm an empath. Oh, I feel the drama of the world. I feel the pain of the world. How have you created, your own bubble of protection by this process?
I don't think I've done anything different. I think the world has changed. No,
Mm,
I know the world is splitting into two. And people that choose lower states, lower
yeah,
energies, dramas, social dramas, fighting amongst each other, like butting heads, living in the stories and the dramas of power and control and stuff like that. They are going to continue in that path until they hit a wall. And that wall is going to be emotionally, physically, and mentally and perceptually. It's going to hit. It's going to happen, and they're either going to choose to continue in that or move past it. And this is why when we met you, this is what we were doing. We were going through that wall ourselves right then.
yeah, yeah. That's
I
interesting.
mean, we chose to live together in a community. I mean, Cynthia, Jason, and myself at the time, that was the community, but we had other people around us, and then
Yeah,
Manvinder. But we chose to live in a community in which we don't move away from those issues. Like we have people live with us today, and we were talking about it. They could, people have a bad day, but they'll hold it till they get home, and they'll have their bad day. No one else will see it. When you live 24/7 with people, yeah, it's not that way anymore. You work with them, you got a bad day, you go home and you come back for dinner, it's still
yeah,
them. And you can't blame everybody else anymore. You
yeah.
can.
It's almost like there's no um there's no dissociation because it's like you're constantly like you see the person as they are, not this temporary expression or this temporary mood or this,
Right.
because you don't have time to, you appreciate humans on a more human level, right? You appreciate the multifacets of each individual person.
Yeah. 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 It sounds cold and calloused, but I don't relate to those human traits very much anymore. And it feels like at some points, it feels like I should feel
Yeah,
guilty or remorse about it. And I'm like, nah, that's not me. All the things I used to motivate me, it's changed.
yeah,
And I believe everybody's going through this journey. I mean, we purposely stepped into this journey years ago,
yeah,
and we went through it, and we can see people. I can clearly see the delineation of where people are on that journey. I can see it by the way, what they choose to react in, whether they choose to butt heads with
yeah,
others, whether they choose to fight, how they talk about themselves, how they take care of themselves and their body. And really, one of the most revealing factors is how people take care of themselves.
yeah,
Like do I use chemicals? Do I eat foods that I shouldn't eat? Way. Those are very distinguishable. Those are the ones that you can't hide from.
yeah. It's like the subtlety is the foundation to everything.
Yeah, yeah. And what separates us from that is breath.
Yeah. And that's why
Yeah.
And once we're able to tune in to the level, you can see how everything is a reflection of it. So
Do you find you get mad still? Do you find do you get into those states at all? Or, I mean, I only know you like this. I haven't lived
yeah,
with you, but
yeah.
do you find you've got to like take yourself down and cool down a bunch quite often, or?
Nah, it's almost like I feel something and now it's like I just have to sit in the presence of the feeling. So instead of like let's say frustration, right? Like in my head, somebody could have done A or B, and I'm open to whatever they want to choose because it's their decision. But let's say I was expecting them to pick B and they picked A. I experience frustration. I experience like not I wouldn't say anger. I would say frustration, if anything. And then now it's like, why? Then I ask myself, why did I think they were going to pick something based on my perception? You
Right.
know? So
There you go. There you go.
so
Yeah.
so it's like it's like every time that I feel an unpleasant emotion, not even unpleasant, it's just an emotion that is not of joy, happiness, bliss, all of those things. It's an opportunity to reflect and observe. That's how I like drop into observation and how can I breathe through this.
Right.
That's how I dealt with it, because getting mad, that's like shooting yourself in the foot and then being like, it doesn't, you can't. I've never got anything with anger.
You know, I'm a 21 Aries ascendant and got lots of Aries in my chart too. So it that's why I think today is hitting me so hard because it's an Aries day in Capricorn. So it's about, today is definitely revealing any of the control issues that we have around that have been controlled or where anger has controlled us, because a lot of people use anger as a motivator. Yeah.
And then what happens if anger is not there to motivate you? Now you're going to create circumstances or situations where you can be
To
angry at
be
something to create. So now you're recreating something that's, it's like trauma creates itself to
yeah.
justify its experience, and it works
Yeah.
in that in that in
Yeah.
that frequency. But
Yeah. I did this one piece that I wrote while I was channeling the maneuvers, and it was talking about how creation happened. It was my version of creation, and it said that, basically I'm a seed that was planted here to experience, and the first part of that experience was thought, and thought created a reaction. And consciousness spent billions of years using thought to create action and reaction, creating problems to find solutions to understand itself. So consciousness itself, like God consciousness itself, came in here creating thoughts so that it could see another perception other than the one that it has, because
yeah,
it didn't have anger. The God or the creator conscious doesn't have anger, doesn't have love, doesn't have shame, guilt, fear, joy. It doesn't have any of those. Has observance, acceptance. Like it just is what it is.
yeah,
So even like we're like, I want love, peace, light. I want all that kind of stuff. Well, technically that's not a God response either.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, observation is,
yeah,
because there is no emotions, where in whatever that space is, there is no emotion.
yeah. And I think that's the hard part as humans, is getting to the place where right and wrong is not an operating
Yeah,
system. It's just it
just what it
helps.
is.
It's a guidance, but it's not like what is right or wrong. Why, if God created both, why is one? You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
And
It's like how could Satan or the devil, if you want to call it that, how could it be evil? No, it's just darkness.
yeah,
Darkness and light. It's like the moon and the sun. It's
yeah,
like night and the day. Neither of them are bad, but they require each other in order to exist.
yeah. And even the ego, the subconscious, like they're equally as important. They play their role for what they're designed to do. And to now say like, how do you? This is the last question. How do you feel about kill the ego? Because I feel like
Well,
that's
kill the ego. I mean, then we're not here. Ego is how we show up. It's
Yeah.
just that we have demonized the ego. We have demonized right and wrong. We have demonized masculine and feminine. We're
Yeah.
at the state of demonizing anything and everything that's polarized, and basically our whole world is polarized.
Yeah.
So basically, we've demonized the world that we live in.
Yeah.
It's like
As a way
they
of
used to say,
controlling it.
bears don't shit where they eat.
So where do they eat then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because ego is really how we show up in the world.
Yeah.
Ego is our energy going places, and without that energy and without it going somewhere, we need to have ego to go somewhere. We have an emotion, energy and motion, and the ego is what drives that. It makes it show up. It refines it. It's like guide rails for that energy to go somewhere. Otherwise, energy just goes like that.
Yeah.
And again, we've demonized everything in this world. And I get this all the time. I just want the good emotions. And I'm like, whoa, you got a big one coming for you soon. And you got a big one falling out of the sky, gonna land on you and roll you over, because there's no such thing as good emotions.
Yeah. It's tough. And it's because it's a reactionary life. If you only are trying to create one way, life has to balance. It's like the balance beam. Life
Yeah.
isn't gonna. You're not gonna stay on one end of the teeter totter all day because you're not going anywhere. So it has to. The importance of fluctuation. So
And this is why the difference between the inner and the outer world is breath.
yeah.
The different breath is life. Breath is like barak. It means in multiple language. It means life.
Yeah.
And in fact, where we get our energy from is it's fascial electric. It's the bones touching. The only bones in the body that touch are the rib cage, the teeth, and the ears, and that's where all of our power is derived from.
Yeah. So should we get into our power then? The power
Let's
of the
get into our
breath?
power.
All right, let's activate. Everybody put a word in the chat that you want to activate, embrace, or embody. And we're going to breathe it to life.
Word that I want to embrace or embody. I think it feels like readiness. It feels like I'm getting ready to go on a journey, and I want to feel ready to be on that journey.
There we go. See, activate energy, confidence, health, action, freedom, compassion, love. All right, so we're going to embody all of these things. And before we do it, so I just created this new acronym. It's called PDA. First one is posture. So through every activity, every breath work, first thing is like, how can I embrace the posture? If I say shoulders back, really roll those shoulders back as far as you can. If I say stand up tall, imagine you're standing as tall as you can. Next is diaphragm. In other words, how much and how active can your diaphragm breathe as we're in this posture? Then lastly is awareness. How aware can you be of your diaphragm and your posture? So at any time, if you're like, wait, what are we doing? Posture, diaphragm, awareness. Come back to those three, you'll be good.
Okay.
So the first one, stand up as tall as you can, hands by your side, pull those shoulders back, and we're going to take 6 inhales through our nose, 6 exhales out our mouth. You're just focusing on standing tall, breathing into your diaphragm, exhaling all the air. In 3, 2, 1, stand up nice and tall. And release. Best one. Good. Good. And shake out those hands a little bit. Okay. The next one is going to be the exact same thing. Now your hands are just straight above your head. So keep the same concept, posture, diaphragm, awareness. Just keep reaching tall every breath. Here we go. We're going to do 3 breaths this time. Reach taller. Real tall. And exhale, drop those arms. Good. Now we're going to do 3. You're just trying to touch your left ear to your left shoulder. Right ear, right shoulder. Stay tall every breath. One more each side. Good. And shake it out, walk it out whenever you're ready. Feel loose.
Getting quiet in my head.
Me too. I feel taller. I feel like everything just went like very still. Cool. So let me think. All right, the next one we're gonna do is what was the Da Vinci, the Vitruvian Man? Is that what it's called?
Vitruvian Man.
So,
Yeah.
so the first one we're gonna do is gonna be the standing one. So you're just gonna be standing, feet real close. You're gonna inhale like this. When you exhale, you're gonna step up, step wider, and then reach up a little bit. Yeah. So it's gonna be inhale, straight line, straight line. When you exhale, spread out, open up a little more. Okay. We'll do 6 of them. So inhale right here, exhale, spread and open.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, back together. Exhale, open up. Open up. Exhale away. Last 2. Last 1. Open it up. And just go for a walk.
Feels good.
That one felt like the one when you like do the pull, like it feels like it's pulling. When I did the reach tall, that's what I felt like.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, 3 more. We'll do 3 more. Here we go. This is one of my favorites. So you're gonna grab yourself like this, and you're gonna inhale nice and tall, like you're squeezing it up. When you exhale, imagine like you're taking a shower with your hands and your breath. So you're just trying to like imagine the stress from your shoulders and neck is just like washing off.
Okay.
Here we go. Just squeeze up nice and tall. And release. Even more. Squeeze it up tall. Exhale it away. Let go. Squeeze it up. And release. 3 more. And release. Squeeze it up. Last one. And release.
And my brain is getting very quiet.
Anything else that you're noticing?
Um, I had a little bit of a headache, which is very unusual for me when I started. I noticed that that's gone away. Um, and I feel looser. I'm constantly amazed by the simplicity of what we do and the profound effects that it
Yeah.
has. Can't say
Yeah.
enough.
All right, cool. Let's keep it going. We'll do two more. Next one, um, we'll do pinky on her hip bone, thumb on her rib cage, back to that PDA, so posture, diaphragm, awareness. Just 6 breaths, stand up as tall as you can, breathe all the way into your diaphragm, blow it all the way out as best as you can every breath. Just be better, be taller, let go of more. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, nice and tall. And release. Every breath, get taller. Release. Taller. Release. Best 3. Release. Release. The last one. Shake it out, walk it off.
Get rid of that last little bit of mucus in my lungs.
There we go. All right, last one that I have planned is so you know, like you go tubing, how you got an inner tube, like babies who are first learning how to swim, like the big inner tube.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put your hands like you have the inner tube, and all we're gonna do is take 3 breaths in through our nose. When we exhale, like a big sigh of relief. Like imagine you have to fill up your inner tube when you inhale. When you exhale, you have to deflate your entire inner tube. Okay, so just 3 of them. Then we're gonna shake it out, walk it off, and talk for the rest of the time. Here we go. Nice and big. Expand your inner tube. Release. Last one, nice and big. Shake it out, walk it off. That's it.
Yeah, it's like heavily feel the weight of the day. Like I feel separate from the weight. I think before we started, I felt that I was the weight. Today, I feel separate from it, but I do feel the weight of the day. It's weird. I feel like the weight around me.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Be, okay, so let's finish with the. It's gonna be a great day.
Yeah,
Let's finish with that, just so we really stamp it in. So the only thing you have to really say is it's gonna be a great day, and then whatever else you want to add. It's that
it's
simple.
going to be a great day, Gary. It's going to be a great day, full of opportunity, joy. It's going to be a great day, full of expansion and fun. It's going to be a great day. I'm going to have a nap.
Better get that nap in. Your body's
Oh
saying.
yeah, I had one before. I'm going to have another one after. Like I can feel it. Like this is one of those days where I feel like it's more important to take care of me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been showing up every day for a year and a half.
That's
Like almost 5 days a week.
that's what I was just gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you what would you say, because you obviously have the personal, like this healing work that you're doing. You're still, you might not be affected by it, but you're constantly in it.
Yeah.
So therefore it's
an ocean of healing.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
what would you say? What would you say? What would you say the process of like you can't do 10 hours of partnered fascia maneuvers 5 days a week, right? Like,
right.
so what would you say has been important for other healers that are doing healing work to be in mind of, or to be the clues, like you say? They're not triggers, they're clues.
I think the first thing is when I'm working with somebody, I'm not healing them. They are there to heal something in me. And if they have anger or rage, or if they have dysfunction or something like that, that's part of me. It's telling me something. And by doing that, I get energy. By pretending or thinking I'm healing somebody, that's taking away my energy. I'm actually taking karma. That's the number one thing. And then the number two thing is transparency. If I hold on to the way I feel, if I'm angry and I don't say something about it, then and I don't express it somehow, then I'm going to take the weight of that and the emotion that's attached in that ocean that I'm in, and I'm going to make it a part of me. And the third thing is to remember I'm doing what I want to do.
That's really powerful. Super powerful.
Because you know what? When I was in the clinic, I freaking hated working with people every day. I mean, there were some things that would happen where I'd go, "Oh, that was cool," and stuff like that. But right until the very end, right until 2019, I hated showing up. I didn't want to work on people. I did it frustrated, because I was also still in pain quite a bit, and I'm fixing people, taking them out of pain my own practitioners couldn't take me out of. And I'm like, I go home at the end of the day and it's like, oh, and I'm the one that's still in pain.
Yeah.
So and I legitimately, I didn't like what I did. And then when I discovered this new way of working with fascia, it became because I was doing something that I was told by somebody else that worked. When I discovered this new way of communicating and working with the human body with fascia, then all of a sudden it was like, whoa, this is cool. And then I would try it, and then I'd go home and then be with people around social circles. And I said, let me try this. And then it became exciting again.
That's so cool. So the reason why I asked, because yesterday I had like a moment where I was like, why am I doing like why? Like what is the reason behind it? And then it's like because you have like all the reasons of like you could have been doing this, or you know what I mean, like all the different things.
Yeah.
And then it's like you started doing this because you wanted to give yourself a tool that you could always come back to within yourself, and you wanted to and you wanted to share that with other people who are experiencing the traumas, the confusion that you were experiencing whenever. So it was like initial like a doubt, like why are you doing that? Like it was like you know what I mean? Almost like a parent would say, why are you doing that? And then it's like then you realize like this is why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And
If you were having that yesterday, it wasn't a doubt. It was you clearing. It was you making a decision. That's what you wanted to do, because yesterday is a decision day. And I mean, many days up until the last maybe 2 years, but this last year, there's a lot of times it's like, why can't I be like everybody else? Why can't I just, and those questions would be in my head. It's like, I'd be in the shower, in a bath. It's like, like, why can't I just be normal like everybody else? Why can't I just be, and And that was me accepting me, because I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not like everybody else in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I'm not now. I mean, I live my life. My life and my work are indistinguishable. Like you can see me when we walk around here. I'm
Yeah.
doing the same thing, 3 hours from now as I'm doing right now. I'm
Yeah.
just doing it in a different format.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super inspiring because whenever it's like when you think of a leader, right? When you think of a leader or somebody who's showing and guiding other people, are they actually doing it? And you obviously can tell very distinctively. I have no doubt in my mind that you actually practice this because to reach the innate wisdom that you have, you've had to be practicing. You know what I mean? And that's why just like listening to these lives is like inspiring, and it's like what's possible. Like I just constantly am like on Human Garage Page, like, bro, what else is possible? Like I'm watching them transcend like the opiates thing yesterday. I was like, well, we know this. It's just to hear the story as like this person is telling you, super inspiring, and there's no there's no limitation or situation that people can't self heal from, or you know what I mean, like go down the journey of, and
It's a
I'm inspired every day. So
it's a journey of belief, and because we have believed in a way that this story unfolds about our lives and who we are, and we bought it hook, line, and sinker. And the further I dig in, the more I realize that the story that made up Gary and the world that I live in today is just all full of shit. I
yeah,
mean, like literally full
yeah,
of shit. And belief is so powerful. We're in the third dimension. 3 is the number for Jupiter. It's our story. It's also the color blue. It's the throat. It's how we communicate and we manifest through our throat. And and 3 is also the number for the stomach and belief and Sagittarius. So I realize that I'm a 29-degree Sagittarius, which means I'm here to help people believe at the top of this realm, whatever this realm is.
yeah. Do you ever feel like a sense of responsibility, or do you just like kind of accept it as this is why you've came to this planet at this time in this body? Like,
I think the sense of responsibility was there for a long time, and that was ego driven. And I think the other part of it is this is the way I live my life, and I just want to share it. It's
yeah,
a different way of doing it. Because responsibility put me in a lot of anger and frustration and impatience. And the sense of responsibility, yeah, it created impatience. It created judgment and right or wrong and stuff
yeah,
like that. But literally just wanting to do this and wanting to share it with others, it's like that took away the responsibility. I'm just another traveler on this journey.
yeah,
I just know I'm a few steps ahead.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's just my point, but I don't think I'm anywhere close to being there wherever there is at. I'm
yeah,
literally just a step or two ahead. So all you have to do is put your foot in the footprint that I left. That's it.
yeah, yeah. It's almost like what I just like saw was like a pioneer missionary of like your message, like the message. This is the message you decided to share and guide other people down the path, and because you've been willing to embrace that yourself, it's natural. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And now you know because you've actually done those steps of how do you figure out where to go when you don't know where to go. It's like, well, start with this.
Yeah.
Start with
Just move.
this 28-day reset. Start with the power curve. Start with, you know what I mean? Like, start with these things and see where it goes. Let us know how it's going, and it's super cool that people can actually ask questions that will be answered to the knowledge and to what you have, like, you know what I mean? To the current resources you have. Like, everything that you have, I know that you're passing it down. And that's super, you know what I mean? You're not gatekeeping, like, oh, we're going to wait 10
That's
years.
where the gatekeeping thing is and the ego thing. I mean, I see it around me every day. I see it in lots of other people who are leading people.
Yeah.
And there's a long portion of this journey where I didn't want to be the guy, and I made it very clear. I made other people the guy or the girl because I didn't want to fail people because I was still failing myself. And there's a turning point where somewhere along the line there was no more failing myself. Like there's not a part of me that wants to do anything that would hurt my spirit, which is this. This is my spirit.
Yeah.
And 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 to the point where people go, oh, it's just a little bit. It's just a lot. It's just I'm just doing this over here. Well, you got to live your life, you know. I hear that all day long from people, and I'm like, no, I don't know that anymore. I mean, I did know
Yeah.
that. I was that person, but it wasn't the highest me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's a journey, Isaiah. It's a journey.
Yeah.
And and I humbly accept the journey and what goes with it. And what goes with it is showing up. I mean, I'm good at showing up, so I show up. And you know, like I can be broken arm, broken leg, twisted, and I'm like,
He's still
I'm
gonna show
here.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Monty Python movie, cuts off his arms, search of the Holy Grail, cuts off his legs, and he's like, "Come back." You know, it's only a flesh
Yeah.
wound. That's kind of how I'm built.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do like that, but it also gives me opportunity to meet and work with people like you. I mean, you know, like you're making such an impact even right now in my life right now,
Yeah.
because breathwork has been this mechanical thing that I do, and you've taken it away from that mechanical thing. You've taken it into this process of discussion and tenderness and softness, which it wasn't for me. It was like,
Yeah. 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 Intense. Go harder. Yeah. I know exactly. Yeah. And the beauty is that I used to do that. I used to think that was the way that you deliver to people because they feel it. And it's like people what I've learned is people are more receptive to gentleness than they are to extreme will or extreme like push harder, keep go, you know, and exhale more. Like it works, you know what I mean? It works. But what happens to the person that's like it hurts to breathe,
yeah,
you know, and or it's like that this feels very uncomfortable. So it's like then I learned like, okay, once again, right and wrong. Well, breathing that way is not wrong. It's just, is there a more optimized way, or is there a more efficient way? You know, and then
imagine, no, it's what you said. I had a spot where right after Joshua Tree, I've been going since Joshua Tree. I've been going through this metamorphosis in my body, like a transition where like there's changes. I mean, there's the most significant changes that happened in the last couple of months that have ever happened to me.
yeah,
And there was a point where I chose not to fix it for about 3 or 4 days, where it hurt to breathe. And I chose not to fix it. I chose just to sit in it and feel it and bring up every emotion that brought up. And it's like breath is life. And basically it was hurting to live.
yeah,
And I can't, you know, I have that gave me compassion for what you just said, for sometimes when people can't breathe.
yeah. And it's like we take it, and we don't know how much we're not utilizing what we have. Like, you know what I mean? If you could only get 20% of oxygen into your body because of something, well, I don't know what that's like. You know, I know what it's like to be able to fully inhale, you know, and then knowing that it's important to exhale. It's like it just teaches me a different interaction with the world. Like it gives me like the confidence and the safety to know I can show up in any circumstance.
So as Kundalini Rollins says, breath is life, we're created through breath. And it's right, actually, even in the biblical terms, it's like God
Breathe into the dust.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then blew us up, right? And
Yeah.
that's where you know, like we are in the process of learning something. Consciousness is rising.
Yeah.
Animals are freaking talking. I love this conversation of carnivore versus vegan and all that. I mean, It's not too long. I've been watching I Am Bunny, the dog on TikTok. Have you
Uh-uh.
seen that? He's having conscious conversations about himself, his existence, and he's using this pad. It's not a trick. It's not a one-time thing. These are conscious conversations. And I'm like, this is because consciousness is driving. How long till it's the chicken and the cow saying, "Hey, please don't eat me anymore"?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, that's coming soon, man.
yeah,
It's coming soon. The world is changing in a very, very, very fast way.
yeah. Going off of what you just said, when Gil Scott Heron said the revolution will not be televised, it will just be a feeling that everybody has, right?
Yeah,
Obviously, we're at that point, right? We've been at that point. It's been constantly happening since forever, beginning of time. What would you say now more than ever is more important? Because like the thing that's been real helpful for me is when you say something like during the next 4 to 6 months, people are going to experience karma out of their body that needs to be released
yeah.
emotionally, physically, and knowing that whenever I meet somebody that's having physical pain or physical trauma, I'm like, you're going through this process that your body is shedding to make way for your new soul body or your new energetic body. What other things throughout the next 6 months, 8 months,
We,
year?
yeah, we've got it till June 20th. It's going to hit hard. People aren't ready for this. For about 2 more weeks, we've got personal health issues. And people can look around, and there's a lot of people that aren't really being truthful or expressing what's going on. But 2/3 of the people have some health issue going on right now. 2/3, and then for 3 months, that's going to move into social issues. My community, my work, my church, my school, my social, my friends groups. And what that'll be is whatever the health issue was is coming out as an emotion, as a narrative. Now that's going to populate into my friends and social circles. So there's going to be a lot of people breaking up, people choosing different ways, people getting angry, people blowing situations up, people reconnecting, finding their tribe. There's going to be a lot of both because it has to be polarized in
Yeah,
order to create change.
yeah,
And then for 3 months after that, that same energy moves into the world. And from April into June, this is a blast off, launch, change the world kind of day.
yeah,
And and this is setting us up. I mean, we've been coming into the age of Aquarius since 2012.
yeah,
We are now 12 years in, which is 12 years is a story, a Jupiter cycle. That's where the story repeats. So that story that led us into 2012, it was like WikiLeaks came out, the world was revealed, the CIA was spying on us, the Me Too movement, all that. Imagine that times 1,000. That's what's happening here. This is the first time in human history where these energies of revolution, the Civil War, the World War I, World War II, these energies are all coming to the surface, and we get to deal with them. So people are making choices right now, and for the most part, especially after yesterday, people already made their
yeah,
choice. So now we're going to see what choices people made, and and it's going to shake out. I mean, we're preparing for it. We've been building resources to answer
yeah,
questions so that we can answer questions.
yeah. No, it's true. Everything you said is true. So,
Somebody said, "Can you use fascial maneuvers to change bone?" I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm changing density. I don't believe that the human vehicle that we live in was constricted to this animal form that we live in right now.
yeah,
Yeah, including the Kundalini rising and all that. That's still part of the animal in us, man.
yeah. And it's the human body is designed to heal itself. If the body recreates itself every 7 years, you know what I mean? How can you recreate? It's almost like I find it interesting because we don't know what's possible, but a lot of people. I'm not gonna say that. people are now for the first time willing to see how miraculous the body actually is.
Here's another way of looking at it. There's nothing to heal. The body's just
it's already
it's communicating to us. It's not broken.
Yeah.
It's trying to tell us, it's trying to say, you ain't
good.
doing this right now. This is painful. I'm telling you, and if you don't listen to me, I'm gonna tell you louder.
Yeah. That's even a better way. Because healing would imply that something is not right.
Yeah. It was meant, but yeah, we weren't broken. We were convinced that we were sick. You know, there's a doctor that lived through Auschwitz, and they tried to starve him to death, and he chewed his food 100 times, and everybody else died around him through starvation. And this guy, like, he literally made it because he survived till they open up the camps. And his belief is that chewing the food 100 times is what did it. And I'm like, well, there's no more nutrients that comes out. I mean, you know, chewing your food's good, but 20 times or 100 times, there's no more nutrients that comes. So what comes between 20 and 100 is belief.
Power belief. That's what we got. We got to exercise it. So one more time. Let's exercise the power belief 3 times. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, blow it up into the sky. Last one. It's going to be a great day. Thank you, Gary.
It's going to be a great day. Thank you, Isaiah.
Peace.
Such a calm conversation. I may not stay on too long today, guys. I think I might be shutting down early. Denise Kincaid. Let's see what this brings. I'm Michelle. Yeah, moving on. Also, saliva is dehydrated. Oh, whatever that is. Beautiful energy. Yeah, he's a wonderful guy, man. He's a grandmaster. Of course. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. I tried to bring in my beach bungalow. Denise Kincaid didn't work. Daniela Morales Placenta. Let's see who else is there. Crowded Kitchen. I like Crowded Kitchen. Crowded. Krauted. Crowded. Like sauerkraut. So obviously this one's been fermenting. This question's been fermenting for a long time. Come on, Crowded Kitchen. Hey, Mark Lou. Cop pulls over that girl, and he goes, "What's your name?" Frida. And what's your last name? Go, ma'am. And he says, "You're Frida Go, ma'am." She goes, "I'm out of here." Talk about what I'm doing with my teeth. I'm not doing anything with my teeth. Oh, here we go. Crowded Kitchen. I say this question that you must have has been fermenting for a while.
I did not think this was reality, that this would just happen on the phone.
Why? What just happened?
Well, it just said that you're inviting me to a co-host thing, and I'm like, is this really happening?
I don't know.
I'm sorry to be like flabbergasted. I'm not.
What's your name?
I don't know what's real anymore. Oh my God, how you doing?
What's your name?
Steve, man. I'm literally cleaning the kitchen. I'm a mess right now. I did not know this was going to happen.
Well, it's a crowded kitchen. Not much
Yes,
space.
always.
Fermented and not much space in there.
I'm literally looking to because my Wi-Fi sucks. I'm like, my wife's sleeping.
You're doing okay.
She works nights. I'll sit out here closer to my router.
And when's your
light might not
birthday,
be as good.
Stephen?
Boy, I don't think about that too much these days. I'm 38. 38.
And what month? What day?
June 11th.
Oh, you're a master level Gemini. You're a thinker.
Yeah, one of the best. So I've been told.
What do you
How
do
are
for
you,
a living?
man?
What
This
do you
is
do for?
I currently I'm an entrepreneur developing fitness equipment. I had a
That's cool.
past I had a past, not to say a past life, I still continue this life. Personal trainer, massage therapist, and I actually used muscle activation techniques and resistance training specialist sciences to literally turn sessions with clients into soft tissue, neuromuscular re-education, soft tissue work, uh, weight training. So it literally was, it was my life. I still can't believe that that you called me. I really thrown right now. So excuse
Yeah.
the emotions, but
Well,
yeah, I
you're the
saw.
other side of me.
What's that?
You're a master level Gemini. I'm a master level Sagittarius. So you're just talking to your polar opposite.
Oh, that's awesome. You're like my buddy Josh, who kind of got me into wanting to start this company and continue on with what I feel like the past life or the previous knowledge all accumulated to. Back to what you said again, what I've been doing, or what my profession is. Beyond that, I've been a full-time dad for 10 years now. So
Wow. Children, how old?
10 and 6.
And 6. And when are their birthdays, out of curiosity?
My daughter Lily is trying to see if I could get a picture. God, everything's a mess as as advertised. Um, Lily is 10. June 5th is her birthday,
Whoa, another brainiac.
and my other daughter Nora. Her name's Eleanor, but we call her Nora, and she's 12, 13. 12, 13. I call her a 12, 12, but
So
you know,
you've got a Sagittarius Gemini and a Sagittarius child. So those children are there to show you the other side of you. It's been a journey, hasn't it?
I never knew love without them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're learning to love yourself. Both
Every day,
both sides of you.
all of me,
Yeah.
all of it.
It's funny,
My goodness.
my son just jumped on the live too. It's
Oh my God.
it's weird. It's weird. I don't see him on the live very often.
I and not to like. I'm just curious, like that, because I'm not too techy. I'm not. There's just so many um, technologically things. I've been way behind on with media and Facebook. I'm not on Facebook or like this. I just have so many questions of, again, like, that this happened. Is this, wow? It's just still blowing my mind. I followed you for quite some time, and I heard you used to be, or just through your profile and stuff, like a bodybuilder and into fitness and stuff, and now your videos are awesome, man. I think of like aspirations and people doing things, and I just see your stuff and what you're able to do and touch the people you can, and it's awesome, man. It really is cool.
Somehow I feel
Um,
like you're about to break out of whatever shell you've been in
I feel like we've been communicating. I genuinely do. And it's cool, man. I don't know where you are in the world right now, but
I'm in Mexico. Where are you?
this is. Are you still on that retreat with and
We
my wife just got back.
we live down here during the winter. It's just too cold.
Oh, you live there? Okay, I didn't know if you're always traveling and hitting different locations and stuff.
We are.
So cool,
Where
man.
where is it you live?
Currently in Michigan. I grew up. I was a Chicagoland native for about 25 years. The suburbs of Chicago. Some people are probably like, "This guy's got an accent," and I don't hear it. It's funny, like, got the Midwest, whatever. And but no, we've been in Michigan for about 10 years, and I love it here. It's a small town, and just snowed. It actually snowed on Halloween, and this is the first taste of weather. So my kids, we went through the whole break without couldn't go sledding. It's like, it's kind of a religion in our house to do all those things. But yeah, weather is, we're at the whim of that. So, but we finally got some snow coming, and yeah, I look forward.
It feels like you're about to have a big life change.
This I think this is it, man. I don't know. I don't know what to feel or say about it, but I don't know if I could share more with you right now. I don't want to take up your. I don't know how long.
Sure. We're super interested. There isn't any accident, so.
So I see a lot of your stuff and your, and again, I don't know your list of background and education. We all just kind of see what we see, and we, that and everything. And I just feel like I was not ready for the social media revolution to kind of virtualize, my practice and my intimate. I just felt like I lost intimacy with clients and stuff like that, because I'm a very touchy-feely person, and like I can't explain things very well. And get on the table, get on the weights, get on this, get on. Let me show you. Let me point. Let me feel you. Let me you feel it, and etc. Back and forth with this, and so I kind of came up with a few devices, and I'm again struggling with I don't want to say the professional business side, but everything's a struggle when you just have like one mode of language and thought and perception. So everything's a baby step at this point, being just like dad full time. And I say full time, I mean the girls are in sports, they're in piano. I homeschooled for a short amount of time. My wife switches from nights to days to traveling to just everything. And
Wow.
it's been a lot. It still is. It's
what are you
so moving
bringing to market?
forward. Say again.
What is it that you're bringing to market? You've been working on something?
Yeah, I have what I have been coining the ground force activation trainers. It's a base platform that, as you go through the language of muscular terminology and the supination and pronation and the inversion and the eversion of joints, and the externals and the internal rotations and all the capacities of all the joints and all of the joints and all of the kinetic chain and all the fascial interrelations and all of the biomechanical influences and all of the stresses. It was designed to be something that, it's hard to say anyone, but people with that interest in isolating specific muscles could activate them on their own using either isometrics, reciprocal inhibition tactics. Again, there's so many different modalities of thought with, enhancing contraction, enhancing relaxation, somatics. I use these decks every single day, and I kind of have a bet with my kids, like dad will one day be able to do the splits with you guys, and I just have the tightest hips and everything that my father and my mom as well. I just watch them walk. I'm like, God, that's why. But not to say that it can't be made better. So it was kind of a self-help tool that turned into something I wanted to share. And the most startling part is like, someone's going to steal this, someone's going to take it. I literally just got my patent application returned to me that I didn't file something in time, and it's so difficult to go through it's not that it's difficult, it's the first time learning these things. My patent application was returned for not having proper filing, proper paperwork. It's a process, and it's digital and it's mail-in at the same time. So anyways, whatever. So now I have to kind of redo that. And so yeah, I've sold a unit to a physical therapist who is background is in DNS, dynamic neural.
Yeah.
So the kind of the toddler re-education stuff, a lot of floor work, right away.
Why don't you have a working unit, obviously?
Yeah.
Why don't you,
do I
why
have
don't we grab a camera one day in the near future? Why don't we show people what it does?
that would be unbelievable. If you go to my Instagram, I have just kind of the setup of my basement.
What's your Instagram?
Sitting there, I have my
Crowded
is it
kitchen?
better? This is just my personal account, but if you want, should I type it in the comments, or
Yeah, type
should
it in the comments. Yeah. I got a feeling what you're doing is stimulating fascial fibers, not muscle fibers.
I really tried to coin it, but again, you could use the units in many different ways, based on your goals. So it's like if you're looking to just aid in contraction to stabilize the joint position, or if you're looking to increase mobility, attacking it a different way. And this is like why kind of methodology wise and the intimacy involved in explaining something to somebody, I get scared, because it's like giving someone a gun almost. Like you can use this for survival, or it could kill you, or it could hurt you, or you know what I mean? So I'm again projecting these things, but yeah, it's been in the works since last 2 years. And it's basically a unit that I built myself. I put all the parts together. Everything is handmade by me, and I did 5 units. I made 5 of them, and a gentleman that was helping me, like I hate to say it, you like literally you're him, just different person. He was like, let's get the label. He helped me do the label. It's a beautiful piece. There's things that could be made better, but it's a functional unit I use on a day-to-day. There's a couple different studios that have actually
Let's do that. Let's book a time. Let's
If you want me to show you,
grab
I
the
can go
camera.
down.
Let's show you working on it.
I'll show you real quick. I'll go downstairs. It's another bomb. And this is just, again, trying to hybridize, try to unify the platform of breathwork, fascial release, muscular activation. The world is getting there. So like I am addicted to social media because of the growth in such short time. It's probably better if I flip the phone. Again, excuse my technological.
Flip the camera. Okay.
So, yesterday I was basically focusing on some high level adduction and hip hip adduction and internal rotation, where we could collectively agree, like, every human being on this planet is very deficient in. And like I said before, this could be something to stand on, put your hands on, your knees on. The springs are adjustable, and you have now a
Oh, I see.
rotational capacity to now integrate into the hip, the knee, the ankle, the shoulder,
Couldn't you do
things
a
like
fascia
that.
maneuver on that?
So anything where you'd be standing on the ground, like
Yeah.
literally you guys in a giant circle, like I see pretty often, if you were to stand on this, you'd be forcing your body, your hip, into external rotation. If you stood on it with both legs, it'd be a
Yeah.
bilateral
So
external
you're
rotation force.
stimulating external rotation, which, by the way, I do not believe is muscle function. I believe that's fascial function.
Almost
I believe that
certainly.
muscles do not move the body. Fascia moves the body's muscles stabilize the movement.
Hmm.
So when you stimulate rotation on the joint, you stimulate the rotation going external, and then you rotate the body into a fascial maneuver and breathe. You actually what you're doing is you're powering the fascia, because I do
Yeah,
that on the floor. What you're showing me is I do on the floor by myself, but I don't have a mechanism to do it.
yeah. There's definitely a self-aware component to externally rotating the hips, but creating a form of resistance that's um, non-negotiable is kind of nice. So, like, if again, that teaching someone that cannot create a consciousness to a mobility or to a joint position was just kind of a struggle. It still is with me, but I get to see progress now in adapting other maneuvers, other fascial stuff like what you do, the breath work. It's really cool. Here's, old prototypes and still functional units, but you could see rough around the edges, and this is really nice. Sanded, painted, smoothed out. And it was just, again, when is this going to be ready for someone to use? And they go, right now. Well, um,
Well,
yeah.
it supports a function of that I see fascia. So I see fascia not as it, I mean, we have the fascia lines that we look at in anatomy trains, but fascia works in rotations like rings around a tree. And and when we exert it, like fascia has 50,000 pounds of force in exertion. And when we exert it, if I'm going to twist it this way, the inner rings tighten more and more and progressively less until it's like squeezing something and twisting it. And then that exertion is what causes fascial tension. And that's how fascia works. So I can actually visualize how that machine is actually creating more dynamic function in the way that I see layers of fascia. I'm super interested.
Have you had the opportunity to, I know, like, going into a weight room setting, or I mean, it could be done in like a massage studio, but you would need bars and stuff, but like to literally within specific exercise positions, like we'll just use a pull up, for example, um, and you having your experience of seeing how fascia is stuck or inhibited or could be mobilized better, like literally throughout the entirety of the range, like got your hands wrapped around like the arm, the lat, the shoulder blade, the pec, the clavicle, the girdle, the rib cage, like literally to. And I know there's uh, that doctor, orthopath or
I,
orthopedic who
I'm
put
in a
those.
different. I'm in a completely different world.
Okay.
There's nobody on the planet that thinks about the body movement like me. I can guarantee you. If you were
Okay.
to do anti-gravity and you were to put a ball right here and squeeze, and then use your machine to externally rotate while you squeeze, so you're basically rotating your feet this way while you're squeezing
Yeah.
your knees internally. That supports the movement because the muscles move in rotation.
Yeah. Everything.
So that means that
Yep.
the fascia moves on the thighs like this and on the calf area like this, counter. So even muscles, like muscles don't move like this. We train muscles like this, but that's not how they work. Muscles move in rotation. So if you think about it, thinking of the anti-gravity movement, put a ball right here, squeeze, and then do the rotations. But
Yeah.
as we're squeezing, turn the feet externally, rotate the feet externally. What that does, part of the therapy that I do, is I take the leg, externally rotate the foot all the way out like this. I put my hand on the heel and I turn over the heel, creating a rotational release of the fascia right at the femur into the hip. So
Yeah.
that's what your machine is doing, is actually stabilizing that movement.
It's really fun because again, it could be played with and evolved with the it evolves with the individual the more you use it. Because you could prop it up yoga blocks to one angle, 1 degree, up one side, up to the other side.
So
It's really
let's
interesting
let's do
device to
this.
play with.
Let's do this. Get somebody hold a camera for me, and then take me through it online sometime in the near future. So you hold
Yeah,
a
well, that,
camera, I'll do that. So you hold the
yeah,
camera, you talk it through it, you actually use it, someone shows it, you demonstrate it. I'll do that. You'll have people reach out to you for sure.
it's really cool. Thanks, Gary. I truly, this is like, I try to think of times in my life when I've been surprised, and I can't recall until today. So I really appreciate you. Just, I thought I never would ever like talk to you. Is that weird? But then I knew that one day I would
Yeah,
because I just,
I think it's destined at some point. So,
um,
so you do this, send me a DM, so that you're on the live with me.
okay.
Um, and then what we'll do is I'll get it over and we'll book it in. And then you just get somebody there to hold the camera and you describe how it works and I'm going to talk you through it.
The other day, my daughter we just got iPads. Um, Again, I know I get it, but my kids didn't have one, and then they're 10 and 6, and some kids grow up from birth with one, and some don't, and some will never have
Thank God they
whatever.
did.
And
Thank God
they're
they did.
they're making little movies and little videos, and I asked Lily. I said, Lily, um, I'd like your help one day to maybe do some exercise with me because I see, you're doing your movies and stuff, and I'd love your hand on as being a camera woman and helping me, and I'll help you. We'll edit stuff. We'll figure this all out together, and we work together. And she's like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, don't don't have dad's brain. We'll work together. Um, it's a beautiful world if we all could just see it that way and move forward that way. So,
I have a good feeling
great
about your
stuff, man.
device. I have a good feeling about your device because I do not see that muscles move the body, and your device actually is actually designed around that principle. Whether you believe the way I do or not,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I can
we're
see
all
the
going there.
architecture of the device.
We're all going there because the muscular industry has been bought and paid for by, we won't get into the names, but
Yeah.
that is going away. And we're all breathing better. We're all, and your squat videos, and any time that you just reiterate the just pure fact, like squatting is the number one just indicator of like all of it.
Yeah.
Take everything out of your house. Take everything, the couch, the bed, the this, the that, the table, the that, yada, the counters, da, da, da. You are on the ground. You live off the ground. And when people don't practice that in any way, shape, or form, you don't breathe that way, you don't connect to the earth, you don't ground your body, you don't do any of those things. And it made me sad seeing like how I'm if I'm continuing this progression as a trainer and as a therapist and as a specialist, and I'm working with people and I'm not giving them the purest information that I could, it was an injustice to, I felt, the patient, the client, the individual
That's
who's,
why I got out of medicine.
so
I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't sit there, and when I found a new belief, I could no longer operate on the old belief, no matter how much money there was.
yeah, cool, man.
Okay, so let's do this. You DM me.
Is
And
just
say
right
you're on the live.
to this account? Is this your account here?
Yeah, just the Human Garage. DM and say you're on the live, and you have a device that that I wanted to look at. It'll get the message will come to me, and then we'll set up a time,
Yeah.
and we'll tell you what to do, and let's demonstrate it to the world.
Cool, man. Namaste.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this.
Cool, man. Thanks, Gary. Rock and roll, man.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, that was out in left field. That was super cool. How do you know when something was supposed to happen, right? That was really, really cool. So, yeah, I have a feeling about that device. I'm interested in supporting devices and help that strengthen fascial movement, not muscular movement. I do not believe in muscular movement anymore. Not at all. Yeah, he did help me. Yeah, that's a softer side of me that I've been looking to bring out for so many years. Yeah, really cool, Dad. I love that. Yeah, and a Gemini, right? Yeah, of course, he's the opposite side of me. Sookie. Hi, Don, Caitlin, up there in Northern California. Hi, Sue. Is it Sookie?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi,
How are
Gary.
you?
Good. How are you?
I was expecting Japanese, but you're not Japanese.
No. This is weird how this went live.
Whereabouts are you?
Vancouver.
Oh, you're Vancouver. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And what is your name?
It's Sookie.
Oh, it is Suki. Okay. And when's your birthday, Suki?
February 3rd.
Another Aquarius. Aquarius is their change, shape shifting right now, becoming new people.
Yeah, that's correct.
You live in East Van?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I can tell by the architecture. It had to be one of the older parts. So what do you do in Vancouver, Suki?
Right now I'm on leave because I'm just dealing with I was on mental health leave with depression and anxiety. So I'm just healing from that right now, and once I'm better, then
Well, you get the depression, anxiety came from work, so now you're just actually you're out of the mental problem, so you're safe right now.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah,
So
and just
how long have you been following us?
I've been following you for 2 months now. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how I came across you guys. I think I saw a poster or something, and I was like, "Oh, I'm interested to see what this is." And
Have you been out to a Vancouver class yet?
I did. I went to
Equays class.
yes, Equays class.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember how to pronounce her name.
Oh, you know what? It took me a long time to remember, but then now she's a Libra.
Yeah.
So now it's equal way.
Oh, okay. Equal ways.
Yeah. That's how I remember it now.
Yeah, so I went to her class. I haven't, unfortunately, been able to go back. I've been wanting to. I found it really helpful. And her energy was great. But again, life happens, so I haven't been able to be back. And on Monday, I'm having hemorrhoid surgery, so I'm going to have to take a bit of time off for that as well.
Yeah, Vancouver, it's changing really quick, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. People are I've noticed that when I was there. I mean, when we're in Vancouver, we're up in Lions Bay. We're in our own little world, but every once in a while I go into the world of people, and I notice it's a lot different. It's not the Vancouver I used to know.
No, it's really it's really busy, really fast paced. And then, it's funny, I'm born and raised here, but I was walking down the street the other day and I smiled at someone and went, wow, no one smiles back.
No, everybody, yeah, that's what I mean. People have changed a lot.
Yeah.
Have you started any of the resets yet?
I did. I did the 3-day reset. I'm going to go back and kind of redo it because I wasn't, again, like I said, consistent with it.
Have you started, we have a new portal, new app now. You can go to our website and sign up again, and we have a completely remodified 1, 3, 7, and 28 day.
Yeah, I actually had messaged you on it and you replied back because I was just saying how currently, my cholesterol is really high and my ferritin's low, but unfortunately due to my depression and anxiety medications, I can't take any of the supplements because some of them interact. Like I can take the basic supplements like the B's and the D's, but that's kind of the...
None of our supplements will contraindicate your medication, by the way.
Oh.
So, yeah, none of them will, because what they are is the minerals, Irish sea moss, and diatomaceous earth elements. And the reason why depression exists is because there's contraction in here. So we give them to depression, people with depression all the time. And the Power Kirk 30 it works on, it blocks something called NF-kappa B. It's actually at a higher dose. It's been approved as a COVID medication and COVID treatment. And it actually has been used for specifically depression at 6 tablets to 8 tablets per day. And it works immediately within 3 days.
Yeah, I usually have to take like the 2 medications that I'm taking right now. I usually have to take them to the pharmacy and kind of run, minerals and supplements by them. And it's worked well.
We use it with clinical practitioners. Dr. Aichia Sun, you can message her.
Okay.
She's a medical doctor and she's one of our coaches.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's zero contraindication with the medications you're taking.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah, but if I was to pick one, is that the diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss, those are food items.
Okay.
So go to Survival Moss, get the gel, add it to your food, eating it.
Yeah.
Don't take it as a pill. And then diatomaceous earth, same thing. Add it to your food because those are the minerals that your food is supposed to have when you grow it, and it no longer has it. And if your food had those minerals, you'd be getting all the nutrients you need. And then, and then the Power Kirk 30 again, if you choose to do it, has zero contraindication with any of your medication.
Oh, okay.
But what it does is it reduces the inflammation in the all the fascial tissue, connective tissue of every organ, including the brain.
Oh.
Yeah, like you'll notice a difference within 3 to 5 days of taking it.
Okay. And that's on your website, or were you saying that?
Yeah, it's on the website. We have a Canadian site now for you, and it's also if you go to a class, you can get it cheaper and pick it up.
Oh, okay. And
so go to survivalmoss.com in our partner store, and then buy the Irish sea moss, and they have one with cinnamon. It tastes like applesauce, and and that'll give you the minerals because with depression and anxiety, the mineral pathways are blocked 100% of the time, and the small intestine is not absorbing. That's why the diatomaceous earth has diatoms that scrub the inside because you don't have any pain or feeling in your brain. That's why they can do brain surgery without any medication or without it. You have what depression is here, you experience it here.
Mm-hmm. And sorry, what was the doctor's name again?
Chia Sun, Chia, Sun, and you can find her in our social media, and
Okay.
you can see her, listed in some of the collaborations that we've done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're dropping it right now into her, but what you're struggling with,
Mm-hmm.
literally just the medication, just the supplements will help
Mm-hmm.
with that greatly. That's what we give to people when they have depression and anxiety.
Does it help with IBS as well?
Exactly, because IBS is part of the reason why you have depression and anxiety. IBS because if you look at it's called Power Kirk podcast. It's
Mm-hmm.
on our YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The inventor, the scientist who invented it, he had colitis, and
Oh, okay.
colitis, IBS, and Crohn's are all coming from the same place. But what we have found is that when you take the diatomaceous earth and the minerals, and you do the lower reset,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you do that consistently with the barefoot sprinter routine number 2, we have
Yeah.
found that the symptoms of IBS and the symptoms of Crohn's and colitis
Mm-hmm.
go away really
Oh,
fast.
okay.
Yeah. We've had, we're talking thousands, if not, multiple thousands of people that have reported that.
So the lower sphincter and the
The lower reset, it's on
yeah,
our website, and the
yeah.
barefoot
Well, the
sprinter routine number 2.
there. Okay.
Yeah, and you do them because what you want is this area right in here in
I
the
can't see
pelvic
you for
floor.
some reason.
Pardon me?
I can't see you for some reason.
Oh, sometimes it happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so give that a
Okay.
shot, and if you go out to the class, you can get supplements even
Oh,
cheaper than you
okay.
can online.
Oh,
And
okay.
the Power Kirk, if you take 6 of those a day, within 3 days, your serotonin, oxytocin will go up, and you'll feel
Mm-hmm.
different. Like literally, the feelings of depression start to go away because it also blocks all the inflammation in your bowels, which cause a lot of the depressive feelings.
Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
give that a shot.
It's a pleasure talking to you, Gary.
Really nice talking to you. We'll see you soon in Vancouver.
Okay. Sounds good. Bye.
Bye. The pain wall. Daughter off SSRI that was causing nosebleeds with his protocol. Yes, Andrea Stoner. Hello. Hello.
Hello. What's up, Gary?
What's
What's
up,
up?
man? The pain wall. You gonna tell me what's your name?
My name is Kevin.
Kevin. And Kevin, where are you located?
I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, Minneapolis. And so what is the pain wall about?
Um, well, the pain wall is basically just like a gift from God, basically. I do a deep tissue massage,
Yeah.
and I heal people, and it's kind of I do a lot of long, slow holds, with breathing and stuff when they're on my table. It's not a lot of like your typical massage, So
Sounds like the origin of human garage fascial treatment. That's what it felt like. So, it looks like you had a mask on and something else you're not doing treatment right now.
yeah, no, I'm not working on something right now. I got diagnosed with like Lyme and a bunch of infections in September.
Yeah.
So I've been really sick a couple of years, and so I'm trying to treat all that stuff right now. So, but I had a couple clients this morning that I had to reschedule because I wasn't feeling very well today. So, but I got clients later today. So.
With the Lyme diagnosis, what I found is the heavy mineralization, Irish sea moss, the boron, 100 milligrams a day, the Power Kirk, and the diatomaceous earth. Those, and as well as bathing in those, over the course with the maneuvers, tend to within about 60 days abate all of the symptoms, and then eventually most people that do it for a while don't have the symptoms.
Yeah, this symptoms are crazy, man. Is there any way that maybe I could write that down, or maybe send it to me in an email or something. Maybe I can email you guys later.
Yeah, just
But
DM us. We'll send you back some information on Lyme. But basically, Lyme and all dysfunction like that. When we get enough minerals, we reduce the inflammation, clean out the gut, and then move the tissue. It tends to not be able to affect you anymore.
yeah, because it's
Are you
crazy, man. It's just
getting shaking?
yeah. I get a lot of like shaking and tremors and like heart murmurs.
When's your
I don't
birthday?
March 5th, 1987.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and you're extra sensitive because, well, right now you're being forced this week, literally, to choose this direction or that direction in your life. You're being pushed into a directional shift where you're going to have to commit. Pisces are kind of like on both sides of the fence. They're kind of swimming in both ponds. Well, right now you're being asked to swim in one of those, and when you're not, then you're going to feel lots of, because you also feel the sensitivity of the world, you're going to feel lots of it.
Everything, like I feel like I'm allergic to everything. I don't know. It's like, is it the water, like people, like, it's just, I find myself isolated a lot, just because like everything sets me off, and it's crazy. And
Your nervous system tolerance is, you're just overwhelmed in your nervous system. That'll go away. Seriously, minerals. Listen, send me a DM. I'm going to send you some supplements
Okay.
too. Yeah, the supplements, the nutrition, the supplements, stuff like that. What it'll do is it will immediately take down the edge. Because right now you're at the edge. It's like everything pushes you over the edge.
everything. Have you heard of Des Bio products?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I like Des Bio.
I'm working with a homeopath right now, and he's got me using the Des Bio stuff. And so and I'm on the 7-day reset right now. And I saw that the supplement package you guys sell,
Yeah.
and I was just, because right now the Hertz reactions from all the Des Bio stuff is insane. It's like I'm treating the babesia right now, and I don't sleep. I haven't slept in a long time, and so I don't know. It's challenging, but
The supplements that we have and the process with the maneuvers will take the edge off. Like the fascial maneuvers reduce 75 to 90% of your stress. If you do that twice a day, even I tell people, instead of doing 30 minutes a day, do 15 minutes a day twice. Because when you take out the stress in your body multiple times per day over a 28-day period of time, your nervous system resets. It's like a clock resetting.
Yeah.
And once you reset your nervous system, then you have space. Right now, you're just I was there, by the way. I know exactly what it feels like. You're at the edge where everything pushes you over.
it's everything, Gary, and it's crazy. And it's funny too. Is real quick. I wanted to say something about that guy with the tool that he had that you just had on your live.
Yeah.
I have a tool called the Mac Box. It's basically the same thing. It's an isometric hold thing, that I've been trying to get going for a while. So it's crazy to see that idea coming into other people's. It's like a divine thing, It's like,
Well, that's what fascial maneuvers is. Fascial maneuvers is just following an idea about how the body works.
Yeah.
And that's why it's free for the world. That's why we're not like patenting or the process or anything like that. It's free for the world because it's true for everybody. And consciousness is rising, and we're just, all these are ideas, and we're like radio frequency. We're just tuning to an idea, a frequency.
Yeah. I used to be so cool, calm, and collective. I think my journey right now is similar to maybe to where you started with the Human Garage. Like, I didn't go to school for massage. I started working on people, and I'm a personal trainer, and I have anatomy background from that. And so I started kind of working on my clients a little bit with their muscles and stuff when they were in pain.
Yeah.
And bigger, strong guy, and eventually just what I learned by getting massage is just the long, slow holds with the breathing in certain spots that's what gets rid of the pain, you know?
Yeah.
And then I also have a YouTube channel that's, growing slightly,
Throw it
it's
out here. What's your YouTube channel?
YouTube channel, just the pain wall.
Oh,
It's
the
all,
pain wall.
yeah. And
Okay.
you can go on there and see the videos of like, because I'll get the muscles to actually like dance and twitch, right? And
Yeah. That's fascia. It's actually fascia doing
okay.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
So
There's because fascia goes. Remember the muscle fiber. The way a baby is born is all this web-like mesh fascia. And as I move, it lays little bits of fiber down there, which become muscle, which start to form and shape. So fascia is through the muscle, around the muscle, everywhere. And so that dancing part, muscles only do this. But the fascia is what dances. And so what you're working with slow, long holds is fascia. I mean, you may be touching a muscle, but through that muscle and through the fibers of that muscle is fascia.
I mean that's what it is. It's the fascia, and if you go on the YouTube, you can actually literally see, because I work with a lot of bodybuilders. I've been in the bodybuilding community basically, and so I work with people who have a ton of muscle, and you can see the muscle and they're really lean.
Yeah.
And so when you get the muscle to it's amazing, because I'll be working on this, say, the front delt, and I don't use drapes, so I can see the whole body, right? And through the years, what I've learned is that once I start seeing the front of the shoulder releasing, I'll see little peripheral feedback of like the pecs releasing. I'll see the abs releasing,
Yeah.
right? And it's just amazing insight. Like I said, I didn't go to school for this. I just started working on people and started learning and using.
That's the way to do it, because you're going to notice through observation. Well, I always trained in neuromuscular work, so I knew that this would make the toes go better. But there's no real. I could see it in the brain, but there's no real reason why it did. And that now I know it's pressure here, and pressure here, which are all related. Which is what you're noticing is if I do something over here, there's pressure over here that has to adapt. Look at fascia magnified 25 times, and you see all those little tubelets of water. And imagine the fascia is like a garden hose that's flat. And you put water in it, goes like this, and then goes flat.
Yep.
And every one of those little fibers of mesh that carries water up through the fascia. Those are all little garden hoses that go poof, poof. And they change size and they're dynamic and it works at the speed of light, literally at the speed of light.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm on a journey right now, Gary, and it's not easy. It's definitely probably, I don't know. I heal people all day, but I'm really sick, and so that's definitely a challenge for me. Is keeping on my journey, and Lyme is dark, man. It's crazy.
It'll go
It really is.
away. I promise you. Just do the maneuvers, get the minerals in your body, and be open to a new way of thinking about the body. It will go away. I promise.
And should I keep? Obviously, I'm going to keep doing the Desk Bio stuff.
Yeah, sure. Keep doing that, and then send me a DM. I'm going to send you out some supplements too.
All right.
Okay. And then let me know how it goes. Come tell me what happens at the end of your reset. Okay.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, everybody, let's call that a day. That was an interesting day if I've ever had one. Super calm, and I don't even know how to categorize what today was. If you haven't done it yet, we have classes starting in New York. The next class is Monday. So if you're in New York and know people in New York, go to the link in our bio or go to our website under events, and you'll find New York events. And also, too, if you haven't done it yet, go to our YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube, get notifications. We're going to be dumping a bunch of stuff there. And the global 28-day reset. If you're not in on the one starting on the 15th, the next one starts on February 1st. February 1st. Make sure you sign up. You go into there and you sign up for the next one, and it'll open day by day. Looking forward to seeing you guys all throughout the rest of the week. Tomorrow is Raw Reality Wednesday, and I am going to.
And Chris Godowski's class tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night is our nutrition class tomorrow night with Chris Godowski. You can still register it.
Still register, it's on the website.
You can still register. It's on the website. It's a nutrition program. If you want to know about nutrition, last time to register is coming up here. It will tell you step by step. It's a 12-week program. You'll get the recordings about it. It talks about nutrition, diet, supplementation, what works and what doesn't work. Again, this is starting tomorrow night.
4
Looking
p.m. Pacific.
4 p.m. Pacific. Go to our website and check it out.